Are you taping or not?
Do you have the camera on? You got your iPhone on there?
So are we recording now?
Yep.
So a bunch of these pieces came with spray paint on them. We've talked before about how we don't want to spray over it. We don't want to put, real chemicals over the top of it because they just soak right in. So we tried several things, and with every piece we've tried so far, the spray paint just melts off if you brush lacquer thinner on it and agitate it a little bit. Way faster than sanding it off. It'll probably take 10 or maybe 15 minutes to get it all off of here, which is really, to strip something off and be sure you're not going to do any damage to it, pretty damn good. You can see you can see the metallics floating in my elbow. Magic. So we're gluing this piece onto Evan's car here, and I think the best plan is to put adhesive all along the bottom of the bumper, because the AC schnitzer piece ends right here. And then we're also going to put some glue, just globs of it, in 3 spots on the bottom, because the bumper's really soft and it seems to like sag down here. Evan recommended some construction adhesive that he's had good success with. Same stuff that he glued the roof wing on with. And so we're going to use that. So it's time to turn the hood into a vented hood. Evan already cut out the big hole. So everything underneath this is already cut out. There's no metal under it at all. We're going to use a hole saw, and we're going to put 2 rows of vents. I think just on the first 3 of the louver things there. And so first thing's going to be measured out, and then I'll probably drill the holes, and then I'll join them together with a cutting wheel or something. And so I'm just going to try to time-lapse this whole. That's our professional time-lapse rig right there. Pretty nice, right? Alright, so there's the first 2 holes there. Not too bad. Came out alright. There's a chunk out of the back corner there a little bit, but we can fill that no problem. Really can't complain. Good first start. Now on to the next 2. Okay, so I've been sanding and grinding on a lot of fiberglass. Can you tell? I did have a respirator on. I thought I was time-lapsing the whole thing, but I got like 2 seconds of nothing. So I don't know what happened with that. God, I look crazy. Anyway, it came out great. Very happy with it. Big, medium, small hole saws. Not going to cut these other ones. I just don't even have saws to cut that small. Plus, it looks kind of cool with the 6. There's a little bit more sanding and trimming I need to do. I did dig in 1 or 2 places. There's a chip here, so I just need to fill those with body filler. No big deal. But yeah, thing looks sick. Anyway, this is an Arcade Ultra piece. I think it's brand new. Not sure if they're even in production yet. Somehow Evan got his hands on one because he does those things. It's the next evening, and there's been a lot more stuff that's happened. This was cut a little too short to fit into the wheel wells and look good, so Jonas added on this piece here. There's a little more work to do, but it's a good first shape. We want to just go ahead and get it trimmed so it fits in the wheel well correctly, and then we'll go ahead and kind of clean this up a lot more before we paint. Stripped all of the spray paint off of the roof wing here. Sanded a bunch of small pieces that goes over the trunk. I probably spent 3 hours maybe stripping these, pulling out the guts, and sanding them. Yeah, but they should hold paint really well and they should look really good, so that's worth it. I think you've already seen that we cut the hood vents. Jonas sanded the door jambs. They're all looking really good. It's messy in here because we've just been going to town. This bumper. my friend, my nemesis. Damn. It's finally up to snuff though. It's gonna look so good. Got the AC Schnitzer stuff here, and it's bonded really hard to the car. Got it trimmed nicely around the exhaust. Super stoked about it, but man, it was a battle. On to the next thing.
This is sick. So this, where I'm standing right now, this is our driveway. And this is our garage. And this is like a quick shade, just completely wrapped in plastic, which basically adds another carport to our garage so Dad can paint.
We took apart almost everything, didn't take apart the sunroof, so I literally spent an hour and a half taping this line as well as I could. We're just kind of pulling out all the stops for fun to see how well we can do a paint job in this shit garage. I mean, I shouldn't complain, it's a decent garage, it's just really small. You can't believe how long it takes to sand jams, man. If you think you're gonna paint jams in a car, think hard. Because if you're gonna do it right and scuff all this stuff like we did and tape it all off, it takes a long ass time. We got the trunk off, did not want to pull the wiring for a variety of reasons. We're just about to cover this all with plastic, and we're gonna paint just this edge and then turn it over and paint the other side. Again, that's kind of how BMW seems to do it. They don't paint the color everywhere inside of the trunk and stuff. So basically we're doing everything as well as we can. We may never do a paint job this good again. It's really hard.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
It's been a thing. I'm not like bummed about it at all, but we just wanted to see how far we can push it. We're not hot rodders. Like, we make drift cars. We make stuff that's supposed to get smashed. And that lowers the bar a lot. And while this is a drift car, it's Evan's drift car. So anyway, I'm pretty stoked about it, but I'm also exhausted.
Yeah.
There's been delays on delays on delays, and I gotta tell you, Evan is the most chill dude. He probably wouldn't be in certain circumstances if the timeline was a little harder, but the car's been here almost a month, and we've been able to work on it and not work on it for a variety of reasons. It'd be funny if it was funny, but
yeah.
Thanks, Evan, for being like ridiculously chill. You've been really easy to work with, so thanks, Evan. Little details like this, you don't want to paint in here. We got this stuff blocked off. Oops, I gotta still put these. We actually tape these on the other side, and I'll tape them on this side too. But you know, sanding all these details, taping off all this stuff. I mean, we could have taken it out, but my opinion is that the amount of time it takes to adjust stuff like this, if you're going to take it out, is not worth it, and you'll probably never get it quite right on a car that's as in good a shape as this one is, where everything's already working. But yeah, like, you don't want to readjust these things, but you do want to keep paint out of certain areas. So again, we've just kind of done everything possible. There'll probably still be some scratches and dings that we missed somewhere on the car, but hopefully you'll be really happy, even with all the delays. So anyway, I'm going to put down the camera and get back to work, because it's getting cold, and this little tiny heater doesn't really keep the shop warm enough. Whoa, where's the light? So we want to get the work done as early in the night as possible.
They're just body panels hanging from the ceiling. This isn't even a ceiling.
It might blow away.
It's been here for 2 days. It should be okay.
But there's been some gusts that, like, the wind's getting angry. I want to get this done right away.
This is crazy.
But I'm doing the final wipe down right now with lacquer thinner. Freaks me out. I've had 2 paint shop guys tell me to do that now. Man, lacquer thinner melts shit. I don't like it, but supposedly that's the good part about it. It gets all the impurities off that can make fish eyes, and fish eyes are real bitch.
Nobody likes fish eyes. This is a whole ass paint job, man. It's crazy.
I've got this fake, made up, put together fresh air breathing system that I'm going to try out this time. It's made of an old HVLP hose and compressor. It's really like an angry vacuum cleaner. And I've got these set out around the shop as a way to keep the hose farther away from the car as I work. The pump is sitting out there. I'll turn it on so that it'll be even noisier while I'm painting this time. Damn paper keeps falling off of this thing. It's driving me nuts.
What's up? What are you doing?
So we're done with the base coat in here, and the next step is actually to put clear on this stuff, even though half of the whole job is over here in primer covered up to keep the overspray dust off of it. So because the fans pull all the dust in here, we got it all covered up. We're going to do base coat, clear coat here, close this off, and go do base coat, clear coat there. That way we won't be getting dust on both projects, I think.
So we have a good paint job.
Good paint job.
Good paint job.
Good paint job, and this hair,
Good paint job.
and that hair.
Good paint job.
What color is it going to be?
Well,
Oh, why? It's the
Well-
same thing if you like painted it black. People be like, oh.
yeah. No, when you paint a drift car, everyone wants something fancy, like
Purple,
the purple or blue or
magenta.
like whatever, you know? So when you're like doing all this work,
Purple.
when you're doing all this hard work to prep this car really well to get it painted all nice, and someone's like, "What are you gonna paint it?" and you go white, it is a little disappointing. Not to say that white's a bad color,
Not at all.
but you know, when you're painting a really gnarly, awesome drift car like this, you're like, "Oh yeah, it's gonna be freaking
White.
brown."
Yeah, well, why is that cool?
Brown?
That's the weird thing. Because brown is cool, and
Dude.
it's not cool.
Brown fucks. I love brown cars. Brown cars, tan cars, gold cars. All that weird stuff is awesome. Next car we paint should be gold.
Alright, still wearing my painting hair, my COVID hair, and a lot has changed. The clear is on the car.
Alright, so in that last clip the camera died. My dad got the car painted. As you can see, it's got clear coat on it and it came out really well. Last night, or this morning at like 4 o'clock, me and my dad put the doors on, put the trunk on, and put the taillights in. So, like, there's just a little bit of sneak peekage. This project's been pretty wild. Not so much for me as for Samsquanch. There's been a lot of just shit. There's been a lot of problems and a lot of not good stuff. And I think everyone's really excited to kind of be at the end of it, because shit. Like, it's been a thing. But this is like, when you guys see this car come together, it's a full, this is a whole ass paint job. This is no joke.
Okay, so, God, I look crazy.